Hi folks, welcome back to Glue Snuff Garage. Today we've got a kit overview of the Hasegawa Minolta Supra Turbo A70 1988 Inter-Tec, car that competed in the Japanese Touring Car Championship back in the 80s from the famous Tom's Toyota team. So before I open the box and take a look at what's inside, remember to hit the subscribe button and get notified when I upload any of these videos if you'd like to see more of them. So just give me a wee second, I'll get the box opened up and we'll have a wee look at what's inside this kit. Okay, so I've got everything out the bags and we'll start off with the decals. There's quite a lot of decals in this kit. All the blue stripes are decals, which makes it a bit easier rather than painting them. The various Minolta logos there, the Toyota Toms. Decals look very good quality. This is apparently a new tooling for 2020, so everything should be really nice and fresh and clean. Next up we have the instruction manual. Now, this is the first time I've ever had a Hasegawa kit, so quite interested to see how the kit looks. So you've got your parts list and your decals, where all your decals should go. So yeah, it's a fairly detailed kit. There's quite a lot of instructions here, quite a big instruction manual. Your decals again. Trying to see if there is a list of paints. On the first page there, you have a list of all the paints that are required when building this kit. Next up we'll take a look at the clear sprue. So it's separately moulded rather than one piece glass. You've got your side windows, your rear lights there, and your front and rear glass too, and your various lights there too. This also comes with window maskings and what looks to be some maskings for the lights. Next up we've got the wheels. So there's two versions of this kit. There's the 1988 Inter-Tec one, which is this one, and there is a 1987 version too, so I'm assuming that these wheels, 1988 ones are at the bottom there, 1987 ones at the top. Very nicely detailed. These are Tamiya style with the peg on the inside, and you've got a couple of centre caps there and one of your slick tyres. Just doesn't appear to have a big seam down the middle, a big mould line down the middle, which a lot of these tyres do. Very nice quality rubber as well. Next sprue we have the interior tub. It's not so much a tub, but the floor and the back shelf. You get the tops of the struts moulded in there too. Steering rack. I'm probably going to struggle with a lot of these parts because there's so many sort of smaller parts, so I'm not entirely sure what goes where. Looks like some kind of control switch. Subframes, anti-roll bar. Looks like your wishbones from the suspension. And the Hasegawa number plate looks like that. Next up we've got the front grille and bumper. Now these are, like I say, these are new toolings, so there's three different versions currently. I believe there's this one, the other touring car, the 1987 version, and there's the standard road going version, so they must have all different style front bumpers. I don't imagine the road going version will have these vents along the front here. Next sprue we have got the chassis. Now this kit is very detailed, there is a lot of small parts in this, but unfortunately it doesn't come with an engine, and the bottom of the engine and gearbox is moulded in to the chassis, but it is very nicely detailed. You can see the mouldings of the floor of the car. Might be a little bit tricky to paint that, but I'm quite impressed with how detailed that is. The bolts moulded in on the oil pan. All the sort of ridges and stuff on the gearbox, it's very nice. There's wheel well at the back there. Then we've got some wiper blades, dashboard there too, steering column, rear view mirror, some light backings there, your drive shaft, your rear differential and axles. I'm not really sure what these are for, looks like tow hooks, but they might be a bit on the small side. And you've got some sort of suspension parts. It looks like the rear subframe. That's that sprue. Next one, this is quite a big sprue, so start off at this side. You've got the side exit exhaust. Looks like the front and rear hubs and a fuel tank. Got those drilled brake discs too. Very nicely detailed. Looks like the gas lifts for when the car's at pit stops, for lifting the car up. Fire extinguisher. Those are the window winders for the door windows, which are moulded separately. I've never seen that before. I'm really impressed by that. Probably end up losing them, but it's good that they're separate, you can paint them. A couple of pipes there. I believe that is the rear spoiler support. Got an aerial there too. Another piece of the exhaust. Lots of different sort of small parts. These look like parts for the dashboard. More suspension parts there. That looks like the hoses that sit underneath the front bumper, the fresh air intakes. Roll cage pieces. More roll cage pieces. Wing mirrors. This looks like hood latches. Yep, separately moulded hood latches instead of moulded into the bonnet. More interior pieces by the looks of it. Your gear lever and pedals. And like I say, I'm not entirely sure what all of these parts are. I've not really had a chance to look through the manual and figure out what everything is. Your shock absorber and springs sets there for front and rear, and your race seat. A couple of injection marks in the back of the seat, but nothing really major. So next sprue we have got the door cards. Now I believe there is a separate piece somewhere for the armrests and the door cards. I don't know if it will be on this this kit because it's a race car, but this road going version certainly has the sections in here that are moulded separately so you can paint them a different colour. Looks to be a shelf for above the back seat, top of the fuel cell or something. Got your rear spoiler, and that's your front pop-up headlights. These parts here at the left hand side, those are a mechanism so that you can adjust whether they're up or down, after the car's built. In the manual it shows you how to change them, but these pivot and you can move your headlights up or down. You've got the bonnet there. There's a couple of scratches in the bonnet. Maybe need to polish them out or sand them down a little bit before paint, but there we go. Some more, I think these are the spoiler supports for the road going version, as they don't have the cutouts for the fuel doors. More wing mirrors. This is the, looks like the top of the gear lever there, or the other part of the gear lever would be, and it looks like a vent there too. So many small parts. I believe there's about 120 parts in this kit, so it's heavily detailed. Next up we've got the chrome sprue, so you've got your rear lights there, front lights too, exhaust tips, and your wing mirror glass there too. And last but not least we have the body shell. This is one of the cleanest body shells I've seen, because it's a new tooling. It is really clean. There is like zero mould lines on it. There's a tiny bit of a mould line across the top corner here, but you can't even really make it out. You see it a little bit there as the light hits it. There's none in the usual places, sort of the rear bumpers and stuff like that. It's very faint if there's anything there at all. Very little prep work needed to get this body ready for painting. Obviously it comes with a separate front bumper so that they can use this one body for the different versions that they've got. So that was it. That is the Hasegawa Minolta Supra Turbo A70 1988 Inter-Tec. I'm really impressed with this. This is the first Hasegawa kit that I've got, and I'm very impressed with the quality of the parts, the amount, the level of parts, and just how detailed this kit is. Sort of loses points a little bit for not having an engine, but it really makes up for it elsewhere, and I'm really looking forward to getting into this kit. It's going to be a sort of long-term project. I think it's probably going to take me about 6 months to build with the amount of stuff that I have to do for it. So thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully after seeing this you'll maybe consider picking up one of these kits, whether it's this one or the standard road going one. I'd definitely recommend it. I managed to get mine off of Plaza Japan relatively cheaply. Wasn't any more expensive than, say, a Tamiya, sort of standard Tamiya kit, like 20, I think I paid £18 for it. Obviously you've got shipping coming from Japan, but if you can find them elsewhere the same price, I'd definitely recommend going for it. Because it is quite new, I don't think they're out there as much, they're not as common at the moment, but yeah, keep an eye out for them. If you can see one at a good price, I would recommend going for it. So, like I said before, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate everybody that sits and actually watches these videos, and I always appreciate anybody that subscribes. I always appreciate any comments that I receive. I love it. So many people sit and enjoy these videos. I like chatting to folk in the comments. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I post a lot more on there. My current builds, just sort of what I've been up to with different builds and stuff like that. So if you're on Instagram, just shoot on over there, give me a wee follow. It's at Glowsniff Garage, and you can see what I'm up to. Currently working on a Subaru Impreza Monte Carlo Rally Edition 1998. So halfway through that at the moment. So if you want to see what I've been up to with that, jump over and give me a little follow. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll hopefully see you soon in another one. Cheers, bye.